Before we have our formal start of the service, I'd like to call up the immediate family because we're going to do a blessing up here briefly, and then we'll get started. Okay, come here. Yeah. Okay, you ready? How you doing? Good. You're good. Okay. We're here. It's going to be a beautiful day. You're going to be amazing. Okay. He's like, yes, of course. Awesome. You've made it to this day. Hallelujah. Okay. Go do a great job. So welcome to everyone. Welcome. We're so glad that you're here with us today. We're particularly glad that we're here in the sanctuary because when it was time for Lily's bat mitzvah, I think we had like 5 or, it was definitely fewer than 20. So it's nice that we can have a full congregation today. If you hear a song that you know, please do sing along. You'll see that the words will be projected on the screens, but you also can follow along in the books if you'd like. The screens will have pretty much everything that you could sing along to projected. And what we'd like you to do at this time is sort of settle in and like remove all of the distractions. That means, for example, time to silence the cell phones. You should also like get rid of wrapped candies or the desire to poke your neighbor, and instead settle in and be fully here. Matthew has spent not weeks, not months, but years getting to this point. And so what would help him most, what would give him the most support is for you to be fully here. Our cantor is Cantor Lauren Bandman. There she is. She comes to us from Ohio, and she's in Columbus, and she will lead us in Lahi Lach.
Lechi Lach, to a land that I will show you. Lech Lecha, to a place you do not know. Lechi Lach, on your journey I will bless you. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechi Lach. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechi Lach.
I'd like to invite Philip and Bonnie Seagull to present a talit to Matthew.
Hi, Matt. I think some of you have heard this speech already, but my mother, his great-grandmother, used to make talis bags. She would needlepoint ketubas for all the kids. And when it was time for my grandchildren, there was no more grandma to do that. So I decided that I would do it. Problem was I didn't know how to needlepoint. So YouTube and I learned, and this is Matthew's version. Okay. You ready, sweetie? Mm-hmm. I'm going to give it to you half.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hitatev b'tzitzit.
Amen.
Mode ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shechechezota b'nishmati bechemla Rabba emunatecha Ma tovu ochalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael va'ani berov chastecha avovetecha Yishtachave Elohecho kochecha birutecha Adonai hamti meyom beitecha Mkom mishkan kevodecha Va'ani yishtachave ve'echava Avachali fnei Adonai osi Va'ani tefilati lecha Adonai et ratzon Elohim berov chastecha Anani be'emem yishecha. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom, you have made our bodies, combined veins, arteries, and vital organs into a firmly balanced network, wondrous making and sustainer of life. Were one of them to fail, how well we are aware we would lack the strength to sustain life before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of our health and strength. B'chat Adonai, rofecho basar umafli la'asot.
We now call up Aunt Helene Weizenkorn for her reading.
How lovely to think that no one need wait a moment. We can start now, start slowly changing the world. How lovely that everyone, great and small, can make their contribution toward introducing justice straight away. And you can always give something, even if it is only kindness.
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi tehorai. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi tehorai. Ata verata, ata yitzarta, ata nefachta bi. Ve'ata mishamra v'kirbi. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorai.
B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nata lesachvi v'dan lechavi benu v'en laila. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'keach ivrim. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'tir asurim. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zakev kefufim. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'kar ha'aretz al hamayim. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Michayim mitzedek gaver. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam mabi shamumim. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten la'ev koach. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'avir shenai me'enai utnu ma'afapai. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sha'asani b'tselem Elohim. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sha'asani ben chorin. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sha'ani Yisrael. B'chat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam otir Yisrael b'givara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam otel Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
Adonai our God, make the words of your Torah sweet to us and to the house of Israel, your people, that we and our children may be lovers of your name and students of your Torah. We praise you, O God, teacher of Torah to our people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai hamlamed Torah la'amod Yisrael. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the waiting couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people, but the study of Torah encompasses them all.
We now call up Aunt Eileen Schwartz for her reading.
Thoughts on peace. May we find peace with those we love and with those we find hard to love, growing together with understanding over time. May we be at peace with ourselves and with the labors that fill our days. May we render peace in our world with wisdom and gentle patience. May we be at peace with the source. Let understanding come our way.
Thank you. Blessed is the one who spoke and the world came to be. Blessed is the one who continually authors creation. Blessed is the one whose word is deed. Blessed is the one who decrees and fulfills. Blessed is the one who is compassionate towards all the world. Blessed is the one who is compassionate towards all creatures. Blessed is the one who rewards the reverent. Blessed is the one who exists for all time, ever enduring. Blessed is the one who redeems and saves. Blessed is God's name. With songs of praise, we extol you and proclaim your sovereignty, for you are the source of life in the universe. One God, life of the universe, praised and glorious ruler, your name is eternal. With songs of praise, we extol you and proclaim your sovereignty, for you are the source of life in the universe. One God, life of the universe, praised and glorious ruler, your name is eternal. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign, who is glorified through praise. Ashrei yoshvei vetecha, ol yahalucha sela, Ashrei ha'am shechacha lo, Ashrei ha'am sh'Adonai Elohav. Tehillah LaDavid, aromimcha Elohai ha'melech, Baruch shimcha le'olam va'ed. Bechol yom avachecha, v'lach shimcha le'olam va'ed. Gadol Adonai hu malal me'od, v'li gdulato ein cheker. Dor lador yeshabach ma'asecha, v'urotecha yagidu. Hadar kavod odecha, v'divrei niflotecha asicha. Ve'ezuz norotecha yomeru, utlarcha asaprena. Zecher rav tuvcha yabiu, v'tzidcharcha yiranenu. Chanun v'rachum Adonai, erech apayim u'chased. Tov Adonai l'kol, v'rachamav l'kol ma'asav. Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yevachucha. Kavod malchutcha yomeru, v'rutchacha yedaberu. Lehodia livnei hadam gevrotav, u'chod hadar malchuto. Malchutcha malchut kol amim, u'memshatecha b'chol dor v'ador. Somech Adonai l'chol hanoflim, v'zochef l'chol hakfufim. Einecho elecha yesaberu, v'ata noten lahem et ocham b'ito. Poteach et yadecha, u'maspia l'chol charatzon. Tzaddik Adonai b'chol derachav, v'chasid b'chol ma'asav. קרוב אדוני לכל קורב, לכל אשר יקראו באמת. רצון יראיו יעשה, ואת שבתם ישמע ויושיעם. שומר אדוני את כל אוהביו, ואת כל רשעים ישמיד. תהילת אדוני ידבר פיו, יברך כל בשר שם קודשו לעולם ועד. ואנחנו נברך יה, מעתה ועד עולם, הללויה.
Is there a reading by Uncle Robert Kaplan at this point?
Oh, yes, there is indeed a reading by Uncle Robert Kaplan. Dear God is what it's titled.
Dear God, we praise you for the world and its beauty, for family and friends, neighbors and cousins. Dear God, we thank you for friendship and love, for kind hearts, smiling faces, and helping hands. Dear God, we praise you for those who care for others, for commandments that teach us how to live. Dear God, we thank you for those who help us understand your laws and for making us one family on earth. Dear God, we praise you who made all people different yet alike.
Amen. Thank you. Now we're ready for Hallelujah. Please rise for the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Tamad yivrach yirzev yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael bagala bagala u'vizman karim ve'imru
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam le'olamaya
Yiparach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitvar v'yitaman v'yitnaseh, v'yitador v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudsha.
Richu.
Le'ela min koverchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran ve'alam ve'imru.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzei or u'v'rei choshech osir shalom, u'v'rei et hakol ha'ma'ir la'aretz, v'ladarim Eloha v'rachamim, uv'tuvo mechadesh b'chol yom, tamid ma'aseh v'reshit, ma'arabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma asotita, ma'a ha'aretz kinyanecha titbarach, Adonai Eloheinu al Shevach ma'aseh yedecha ve'al me'orei or she'asita יפארוכה סלע אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לבואו, ברכת ה' יוצר המאורות. O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in thousands tongues for us to hear, every land and every age. Your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways, and yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity. We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, Islamists and sages of Israel, and joyfully remember that from the dawn of Israel's life we would turn to you and find purpose. May the teaching of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir in our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch Adonai habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Amen.
Please rise. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Now you may be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך להיות על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשבתך ובקומך, וגשמתם להיות על ידך, וחיו לטוטפו בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישוריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם, אני אדוני אלוהיהם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות להם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיהם. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, in earth protected and cherished, a gift our children in the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, the soldier's home to leave no more, the song of the world redeemed, the song of peace.
We now call Uncle Bob and Aunt Debbie Feeder for reading.
May you have enough happiness to keep you sweet, enough trials to keep you strong, enough sorrow to keep you human, enough hope to keep you happy, enough failure to keep you humble, enough success to keep you eager, enough friends to keep you comfort, enough wealth to meet your needs, enough enthusiasm to look forward, enough faith to banish depression, and enough determination to make each day better than yesterday.
Thank you.
Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha kamocha nedar v'kodesh, Nora tehilo, osei felem, Nora tehilo, osei felem, Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar v'kodesh. Sur Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Uvdei Chinamecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael, Go'aleinu Adonai Tzvot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Ka'al Yisrael.
Please rise for the Amidah.
Adonai Sefat Taif Tif Tef Ufia Gita Ilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Anurah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, V'Zoher Chasdei Avot V'Imaot, U'Mevi Gulav V'Bnei Bneihem, L'ma Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Hosea U'Mashim again. Baruch atah Adonai, Megina V'Racham Yetzrat Sava, Atagi Bor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol Atav Lavashia, Meshiv Haruach Uvuli Hagashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Novlim Deofeh Cholim, Umatil Yasurim, Umekayem Emunato, Mishnei Afar, Michamocha Baal Gevurah, Umi Domelach, Melech Nimim, Umechayeh, Umatzmu Yeshua, Une'eman Atala Utakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol.
Let us sanctify your name on earth as it is sanctified in the heavens above, as is written by your prophet. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot, Melo Chol Haaretz Kevodo. Holy, holy, holy is Adonai Tzvaot. God's presence fills the whole earth. Source of our strength, sovereign one, how majestic is your presence in all the earth. Blessed is the presence of God, shining forth from where God dwells. God alone is our God and our Creator, our ruler and our helper. And in mercy, God is revealed in the sight of all the living. I am Adonai, your God. Adonai shall reign forever, your God, O Zion, from generation to generation. Hallelujah.
Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ulenitzach nitzachim kedushatecha naqdish, kedushatecha naqdish. V'shivchacha Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush. Le'olam, le'olam, va'ed.
You may be seated. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
O God, may we never become complacent, faltering our effort to build a world of peace. Let the nations know and understand that justice and right are better than dominion and conquest. May all come to see that it is not by might nor by power, but by your Spirit that life prevails.
Sim shalom, tova uracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, ברכנו יוצרנו כולנו כאחד, באור פניך. כי באור פניך נתת לנו, אדוני אלוהינו. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל ישראל עמך, תורת חיים ואהבת חסד, ואהבת חסד, וצדקה וברכה ורחמים, וחיים ושלום. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל ישראל עמך.
To take a few moments for silent prayer. Baruch atah Adonai havarech ad amo Yisrael b'shalom.
עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו
If you will please rise for the Seder Kriyat Torah Shabbat, the order of service for reading Torah on Shabbat. I invite Celia and Sean Goldberg as the Shomrim.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך, מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. אהב הרחמים
היטיבה ברצונך את ציון, תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים, כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אל רם ונישא, אדון עולמי. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו. גדלו לאדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו.
I'd like to now at this time, I'm not sure why I'm getting feedback here. I'd like to at this time invite up for the passing the Torah down through the generations, Bonnie and Philip Seagull, Lee and Peter Haas, Michelle and Daniel Seagull, and of course also Lily. And what we're going to do is have the oldest generation on the left down to Matthew on the right. So come on up. You don't have to be in exact age order here. We're not going to check your ID here. But the grandparents' generation should be on my left, and the parents in the middle, and the kids on the right. This right, as I'm my right.
The other right.
Yes. You didn't know there was going to be a quiz. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're doing is passing the Torah down through the generations. What we're trying to do is show symbolically and also in a literal fashion that you don't just wake up one morning and say, "Hey, let's put the kids in religious school," but rather actually that this is a process of transmitting our heritage, our tradition, of taking Judaism and our collective heritage very seriously and imparting it to the next generation and giving them that sense. So we'll come all the way over here. And you don't actually take it, you sort of embrace it. Ooh, and I didn't mean to clock you. All right. Yeah, you got to watch out. There you go. There you go. And now we're going to give it to Matthew, who looks a little uncertain about it. There we go. But he's practiced. He knows how to do this. Oh, except we've got the... There we go. Okay. There you go. You can follow.
והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד, כי כה בשמיים ובארץ, כי כה בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני הממלכה, תמיד נעשה לכל לראש. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם, עומד.
Okay, maybe seated now that the Torah is down. Okay, and your portion is right there, so we're all set. For our first aliyah, what we are going to do is call up for both the reading and the blessing, Rebecca de la Torah. Ta'amod, Rivka Miriam bat Rav Yirmiyahu, B'leah la'aliyah rishona. Hers is a little further up. She is Genesis 13, 4 through 6. Okay, you should have a talit. That's. Whoa, and I just made a mess. Okay, here you go. I've already done the blessing. So if you say amen, you're good. Okay, so what's yours start with? He is down here. So what do you start with?
El Makom HaMizbeach.
Yeah, Amakum Hasmea Babizbeach. It might be down here.
Is this it? This is it.
That's it. Yep, good job. Now first, wait. You're getting ahead of yourself.
Baruch hu et Adonai hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Good job. Who's right here?
Lost my place. Oh, okay. El Makom HaMizbeach Asher Asa Sham Beroshuna. V'yikra Sham Avram B'Shem Adonai. V'gam le'lod ha'holech et Avram. Hayatzon uvakar ve'ohalim. V'lo nasa otam ha'aretz. L'shabbat v'yachdav ki haya rechusham rav. V'lo yichlu l'shabbat v'yachdav v'haya rav bain. I don't think this is my part anymore. Oh, bain.
You might have gone too far.
Yeah, I think I went too far.
It's okay,
I'm like, this doesn't look familiar anymore. Okay.
because that looks like a.
That was it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've done that. I've done exactly that.
It's not in the same format it was in.
No, it's not, but that's okay. Okay, good. Do the closing blessing.
Okay, sorry. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natav b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Beautiful job. Okay, so leave the.
It should be Yachdan.
So the Yachdav, yeah, there it is.
Yachdav, okay.
Okay. So then that way they know they start there. Okay, so before we go to our second aliyah, what we will do is a blessing, a Misha Barach, for those, yeah, if you can hold that, that would be great. Misha Barach for those who are in need of healing, a mind, a body, or a spirit. We ask for healing for Lois Jane Schill, for Dr. Ron Glass, Janet Traeger, Jacqueline Church, Karen Traeger, Yael Etzkin, Haskell Rickles, Joe Zients, Gerald Hoffmeister, Brian Hoffmeister, Marilyn Cantor, Dara Lerner, Marcia Ames, Helen Parker, Liz Church, Lois Ryan, Yvonne Carnot, Alan Mantis, Steve Rudnick, Howard Sherry, Corey Libman, Warren Frangel, George Hodgetts, Len Jacobs, Minna Gregerman, Ira Gregerman, Barbara Zagoran Tuck, Gabriel Mass, Len Kaplan, Judith Kaplan, Charlotte Gillespie, Leonard Goldberg, Courtney Burke, Brian Falco, Chris Chorney, Muriel Chorney, Judy Bray, Lisa Abby James, Judy Kulik, Laura Weinstein, Dina Doretsky, and Mark Peterson. Are there any other names to add to this list? Yes. Esther Zagorn. John and Hillary Walters. Yes. Eileen Schwartz and Lee Haas. Okay. Any others? So please join us in singing the Misha Berach.
May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
For our second aliyah, we call up Lee and Peter Haas. Ya'amdu Rav Yirmiyahu ben Yitzhak Halevi v'Leah bat Chasriel v'Shoshana Leah Shniya. Okay, so here is the blessing, and here's the spot if you want to kiss. Oops, it moved down, but it's key.
Right here.
Yeah, it's kind of curled over. The yad got tired.
Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai Hamvarach,
Baruch Adonai
Havarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'harbanu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torah. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Let me step back a little bit. Whoops. ויהי ריב בין רועי מקנה אברהם ובין רועי מקנה לוט, והכנעני והפריזי אז יושב בארץ. ויאמר אברהם אל לוט, אל נא תהי מריבה ביני ובינך, ובין רועי ובין רועיך, כי אנשים אחים אנחנו. הלא כל הארץ לפניך הפרד נא מעלי, עם השמאל ואמנה, ועם הימין ואשמאילה.
Beautiful.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayei olam nata betokenu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu haTorah.
Amen. Thank you. Beautiful job. Very nice. For our third aliyah, we call up Philip and Bonnie Seagull. The reader will be Lily Seagull. Ya'amdu Peretz ben Ruvain uvela bat Hershel v'chaya la'aliyah shlishit. Yes. Okay, where did the sheet go? Oh. Okay, so blessing first.
Baruch hu et Adonai havarach.
Baruch Adonai Avarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bo habonim mikol ha'amim. V'notan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vaishalot et einav, vayare et kol kikachar hayarden, kikulo mashke, lifnei shechet Adonai, et Sodom, et Amorah, kaken Adonai, ke'eretz Mitzrayim, bo'achat zoar, vivchar lo lot, et kol kikar hayarden, visalod mikedem, vipardu, ish mi'alahiv, Avram Yashav Be'eretz Canaan Velod Yashav Borei Hakikar V'Yahal Ad Sidom.
Beautiful.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher notan lanu Torah emet. V'hayei olam nota b'tokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Okay, so for the fourth Aliyah, we call up Daniel Seagull, and Michelle Seagull will be the reader. Ya'amdu me'er el Aaron ben Peretz uvela umichal Sharon bat Rav Yirmiyahu v'leah la'aliyah. I forgot my number. Okay, la'aliyah.
Baruch hu et Adonai havarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amin v'natan lanu Torah emet. Whoops, I concluded it.
That's
Baruch
right.
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amin v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ve'anshe Sodom ra'im v'chata'im, la'Adonai ma'od, v'Adonai amar el Avram, achrei hipared lo me'imo shana einecha, urei min hamakom, asher ata sham tzifona v'negba v'kadma v'yama, ki et kol ha'aretz, asher ata ro'eh lecha, et nena uzarecha od olam.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. And now we call for the next Aliyah is the Maftir. We call up Matthew as the Maftir reader. Ya'amod Matyahu ben Me'er Aaron u'Michal Sharon le'Aliyah Maftir le'Bar Mitzvah. Okay, this first.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Okay, you were right there. This word right there.
V'samti et zarecha ka'afar ha'aretz asher im yuchal ish lemeno et dafar ha'aretz gam zarecha yimaneh kum hitahalech ha'aretz le'alka u'achba v'che
You can start over if that's easier. Do you want to start over since you got stuck? Good. Start here. and then you-
V'samti et zarecha ka'afar ha'aretz asher im yuchal ish lemeno et dafar ha'aretz gam zarecha yimaneh Kum hitecha luchba avet le'alka uachba lecha et venecha v'yehal avra vayavo vayeshev velonei mamrei asher vechavon vayivin sham etzvecha la'Adonai.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
V'chatarna Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chaye olam nata b'dochenu v'chatarna notena Torah.
Amen. Mishabach Avotenu Vimotenu Avraham Yitzhak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Hu Yavarech Et Matyahu Ben Me'er Al Haron Michal Sharon. May the one who blessed our ancestors of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless Matthew, for he has come up to the Torah in honor of God and Torah. May he merit from the Holy One of blessing, protection, rescue from any trouble or distress, and from any illness, minor or serious. May God send blessing and success in his every endeavor, together with all Israel. And let us say, Amen. Mazel tov. Okay. So what we will now do is call up for the Hagba and Galila, Uncle Steve Weissenhorn and Aunt Bonnie Cabin. If you'll please rise. Yeah. Okay.
Pull it halfway out. You're lifting it? No, he's going to lift it. Okay.
Okay.
Pull it halfway out and push down.
There you go.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishachavu lehar kodsho.
Good. And he's going to put it over there. Okay. Thank you. Good job. Okay, so we have now, are we going to do the speech next or the? No, we're going to do the Haftarah and then the speech. So you may be seated. Haftarah. With the blessing. Remember the blessing? Yes, perfect.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nviim tovim v'ratzah v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai הבוחר בתורה ובמשה עבדו ובישראל עמו ובנביאי האמת והצדק. למה תאמר יעקב ותדבר ישראל נסתרה דרכי מאדוני ומאלוהי משפטי יעבור. הלא ידעת עמו שמעת אלוהי עולם אדוני וכזאת הארץ לא יאף ולא ייגע, אין חקר לתבונתו, נותן ליעף כוח, ואונים עצמן ילבך, ויפו נערים ויגעו, ובחורים קשו ייכשלו. וקוראי אדוני יחריפו כוח, יעלו עבר כנשרים, ירוצו ולא ייגעו, ילכו ולא יעפו, החרישו אלי איים, ואומים יחריפו כוח, ייגשו אז ידברו יחדיו למשפט נקרבה, מהעיר ממצווה צדק יגרעו לרגלו, ייתן לפן גויים ומלכים יד, ייתן כאפה חרבו, כקש נרדף קשתו, ירדפים יעבור שלום, אורח ברגליו לא יעבור, מפעל ועשה קורא הדורו מראש, אני אדוני ועושוד ואת האחרונים אני הוא. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, זכור העולמים, צדיק בכל דברו, האל הנאמן, האומר ועושה, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דברה אמת וצדק, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה, שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו, לקדושה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ולתפארת על הכל. אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך, יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. Now, Matthew will give the speech slowly.
My Torah portion is in the book of Genesis, the first book of 5. In the book of Genesis, God is giving Abraham a prophecy about what is ahead of the Israelites, and God changed Abraham and Sarah's name to what they are today, and God named Isaac. In my Torah portion, God told Abraham what to name his son Isaac. This relates to me because I did not have a say in my name. Also, if I'm a parent, I would not want God to tell me what to name my child because it is something special to me. I would not want anyone telling me what to name it. It is important to name my baby because so much I don't get to decide, like the hair color, their personality, or if they're smart. This is why being able to choose something in the baby's life is important to me. This is why this relates to me. Another thing in my Torah portion was how God gave Abraham a prophecy about the Israelites being enslaved. Why did God let the Israelites be slaves for 400 years? Some people think God let the Israelites be slaves so we learn what not to do. If we see how miserable the Israelites are, we would learn not to have slaves, except we do not learn. God has let 2 world wars happen without batting an eye, and God could have made it so after World War I, we all learned and we lived better. But no, he let a war that was worse for the Jews happen without doing anything. Right now, there's a war between Ukraine and Russia. Same with diseases. God should have noticed after the countless diseases we had, I would learn that diseases still happen, even if we tried hard to stop it. You might know the saying, those who forget their history are condemned to repeat it. It seems like God has fallen into this because he has not learned that we don't learn from our past. You may wonder why it's God's fault that we keep fighting. If you don't tell a dog to not chew up your couch, is it the dog's fault for chewing up the couch? The dog will keep chewing the couch until it is taught that it should not do that, and there would be a bad boy or bad girl. After World War I, God tried in some way make it so wars won't happen again. The last thing in my Torah portion was that Abraham was not originally named Abraham. Abraham's original name was Abram. If I were Abraham, I would be mad because I would not want my original name and name people have been calling me for my whole life to be changed. I think if I were living thousands and thousands of years ago, I would not mind that much. I think this because thousands of years ago, when Abraham lived, he was so loyal to God that he was willing to kill Isaac, his son, for God. This is why I think Abraham would be more willing to change his name compared to me. My mitzvah project was to volunteer at the library. I think volunteering at the library is important because kids learn to read there. Thank you, Rabbi Tooling, for helping me prepare for my bar mitzvah. Thank you, Cantor Bandman, for making today's ceremony beautiful. Thank you, Tom Tooling, for broadcasting this to my family across the country. Thank you, Mr. Z, for helping teaching me Hebrew. Thank you, Phil, for teaching me my Torah and Haftorah. Thank you, Lily, for being a good sister and for teaching me all my prayers. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for help setting up everything at my bar mitzvah and pushing me to do it. Finally, thank you to everyone for coming to see me on my special day.
That's tough. So they don't usually applaud for speeches. So you should take that to heart. Take that to heart. Okay, so at this time we're going to return the Torah to the Ark. So I'd like to call up Aunt Lori Seagull to be the shomer, and if you'll please rise. Okay. Come help this door. Okay, it goes sideways. There you go. You got it.
Hodo haaretz v'shamayim vayaren keren le'amo tehila lechol chasidav livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Eitz chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tomcheha me'ushar derocheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha Shalom, Hashivenu Adonai, Elecha v'nashuva, Chadesh yameinu kekedem.
Please remain standing for the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הארצות, ולא זמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו Ushamo echad.
Thank you. Yeah. may be seated. We now call up Michelle and Daniel Seagull for the parents' blessing.
All right, Matt. Parent speech time. You want clean up your room? Do you want throw away the garbage from your desk? What do you think? You want to just read it? Okay. Your mom's about to talk about things that have happened in the past that tell us a lot about you as a person. Well, not yet. Tell us a lot about the person we love, but I'm going to talk more about your future. And one of the oldest jokes in the world, right, is parents lamenting that their kids quit everything. And we could make some of the same jokes about you, but I actually think it's quite different. We've seen you refuse to quit. And it's not important things where we've seen this, but it's a window of what you're going to grow to be. So when you used to play Geometry Dash, you try a level over and over and over and over. And by over and over, guys, I mean like thousands and thousands of times. And he never rage quit. He never slammed anything down. He never stormed out of his room. He'd make the tiniest bit of progress, the tiniest bit, until eventually you'd achieve success. Now, when we play blitzball in the backyard, every once in a while you go into a slump. I'm right here. Do you ever throw your bat in frustration? No. Do you ever storm into the house frustrated? No, you don't. You keep swinging. You make adjustments until something works. Recently, you were popping everything up, and I saw you choke up. You looked like Jeff McNeil. You choked up so much. But trying little things to get success. And you'll ask a question. Why am I popping everything up? What am I doing wrong? Now, this kind of thing can lead to you being very successful. Lots of people, kids, adults, they don't do what we see you do. They don't make if they don't make big leaps of progress, they'll just stop and try something else. You don't only stick with things, Matt, but you make adjustments. You don't only stick with things and make adjustments, but you seek guidance. Being unafraid to fail is a really valuable trait to have. So many people won't do something because they figure I might fail, or it might not go perfectly. But don't go too far with this attitude. It can work very well, but you have to pair it with pride. If you just rush into things thinking, who cares if I fail, that's not going to work. It's hard to do, but if you can balance taking pride in what you do without being handcuffed by the thought of making a mistake, you're going to accomplish a lot, and we can't wait to see what you're going to accomplish.
All right. Now it's my turn to embarrass Matt. Say nice things about Matt. And just so everybody knows, Matt really enjoys long speeches, especially where he has to stand still in school or temple. So I've prepared a very long one, and I didn't write it, so you can't even follow along to know when I'm going to be done. But no, and kidding aside, one of the things I do love about Matt, and anybody who knows him, is he has a great sense of humor. And I love that about you. I've enjoyed being able to watch sitcoms and other shows with you. I like when you try out jokes with us, some of which are funny. And so that's been great, watching your personality and your sense of humor mature. Another thing about Matt, and anybody who knows you would know, is I love how inquisitive you are, and you're always questioning people. You could probably even figure that out from your speech. You really want to understand why, and why would God do this, or why is this happening? And I remember this revealed itself when you were at a really young age. So probably 3-4 years old, we used to read this book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. For anybody, Matt also likes when I break the fourth wall. Anybody who doesn't know The Very Hungry Caterpillar, it's about a caterpillar that was very hungry, and so it ate 1 apple, then 2 pears, then 3 plums, so on and so forth, until eventually it became an enormous caterpillar. It built a cocoon around itself, and it came out, and it was a beautiful butterfly. And I remember Matt turning to me and saying, well, how did it do that? And it occurred to me. I had never given any thought to what happens inside that cocoon. I think I assumed wings popped out or something, which of course, butterflies look nothing like a flying caterpillar. So for those who want to know, what happens is it digests itself, leaving a pool of undifferentiated cells that rebuild into a beautiful butterfly. But Matt, that is something I would never have known had you not asked that question. I still, need to figure out what the thinnest building in Peru is, the third least popular, famous song, furthest hit foul ball. So I'm still figuring out some of those answers. But I think your curiosity about life and understanding everything around you is one of your really important traits. But finally, and a last thing that I think is that I love about you, and that I think is just gives me confidence that as you go on and become a man and move out into the world, you will make it a better place, is that you are a good person and you're kind. And this also has revealed itself early in your life. We went to it's called Dinosaur Place, and you go through a park and there's different things you can climb on that are inspired by dinosaurs. And at the end, there was a bounce house, and a very energetic boy that you were, and most are, enjoyed jumping in there. And I look in after a few minutes, and you're just sitting on the ground. So I ask, is everything okay? And it turns out there was a bee that was injured, and you were sitting there while all these kids jumped around you to make sure that that bee wasn't going to get crushed. And you've been stung many times, but you still look out for bees and for other creatures that most people would just swat away. And I think it just reveals what a good person you are and how much better the world is because you are going to be part of it. So we love you. You did an awesome job today. Congratulations, Mazel Tov. And you had nothing to look at, but I am done. Good job.
So it is my pleasure to be the one to present the congregational gifts to you. And there are several. This first one comes from the board, I believe, and it is a set of the prayer books we use for high holidays. So it's a machzor. We also have two certificates. This first one is the bar mitzvah certificate, which has the date and what your portion was and who you are. And this one is a certificate from Nifty, which allows you to get a discount. I think it's $250 on a trip to Israel through Nifty, which would be a fine thing I think you would enjoy. This one is your class gift here, which I don't actually know what that is. So you'll have to open it and find out. And then this one is from the Sisterhood, a Kiddush cup for you to use in good health. So some gifts for you, because we're now actually ready for the rabbi's blessing. So if you'll please rise. You're checking to see how much more you have to do, don't you? Yeah. So, Matthew, I've had the great pleasure of knowing you since you were 8. And it's been quite the fun ride. You don't always make it easy to teach you. You don't always make it easy on classroom teachers. But you're one who really actually cares about learning, one who is deeply inquisitive, deeply curious. You really actually care about the material in the sense that your speech is a very thoroughgoing investigation of why does God not do what we want God to do? And why are we left holding the outcome? And why is it left to us if we're not capable of being our higher and better selves? Those are good, solid adult questions. And I'm letting the baby, yeah, Ellis is trying to help me with my speech here, which is awesome. I was deeply impressed by that. I also want to let you know that, when you smile, when you're happy, when you're with us and into it, there is no brighter star. You offer so many gifts to the world. And so it's going to be fun to see you kind of grow into yourself and learn how to make all of those things come together. I'd like to offer you the threefold blessing of the Torah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. Mazel tov, you did it. Yeah. Okay, you may be seated. We now turn to the cantor, who is also going to sing L'Dor Vador and has a few words.
So Matthew, just a little bit longer on all these blessings that you get to listen to and sort of stand there and absorb, which I know is a lot for a person to do at any age. I want to tell you, I'm getting to know you really through this service and through what I see of you today and what I hear from you and what you're teaching your community today. And I've been really struck at how confident and diligent you are as a leader in the leading of the Hebrew. You really know, what is expected of you, and you are showing us a great example of leadership, of confidence, of surety, and that is a beautiful thing that I hope continues to blossom. And the other thing that I really appreciated from your teaching and that Rabbi alluded to is your inquisitiveness. And that's really who we are, Yisrael. We are God wrestlers, and it's our job to look at these sacred texts that belong to us and to our people, and to ask questions and to wonder why things happen, and to appreciate the things that make sense and to question the things that don't. And so I hope as you continue to grow that you will continue to question and to really seek to understand and to look for possibilities and understandings that might not come immediately, but to have the patience and the continued tenacity that I see in you to continue to understand the world around you. Mazel tov, it's such a joy to be a part of this day with you and your family. And as promised, a little music as well. L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, Nagid God Lecha, Ulenetzach Netzachim, Ulenetzach Netzachim, Kedushatcha Nagdish. L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, L'Dor Vador, Nagid God Lecha, Ulenetzach Netzachim, Ulenetzach Netzachim, Kedushatcha Nagdish. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. We now turn to the reading before the Kaddish. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands, by letting bodies touch bodies, and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We are observing Shloshim for Ida M. Kerwin Struck, the mother of Patty Cohen, and Hilda Landerman Clark, the aunt of Richard Rennert. We are observing the yard sites of Ellen Berger, the mother of Lee Berger, Pamela Matskin, the mother of Kim Henningsen, Anita Zweighaft, the mother of Blanche Meslin, and Hattie Gordon, the mother of Arlene Freed. Are there any other names that should be mentioned today? If it is your custom, or if you are one of the mourners, please rise for the mourner's Kaddish. Yikadav Yikadash Shemei Rabbah, Belmad Divrach Yutev Lamlich Machute, V'chayecho numecho nechaye dechol beit Yisrael. Bagalav izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach leolam omei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach yitpa'ar v'yitomam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitala v'yitalal. Shmei dekudashah b'richu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tuspechata v'nechemata. Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mumav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. You may be seated. So, our closing song is Adon Olam.
Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'ed Nasa v'chefso kol, Azay Melech Shemo Nivra, Ve'acharei kichlot hakol, Levado yimloch nora, Ve'hu haya ve'hu hove, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להכבירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה, והוא אלי וחי גואלי, בצור חבלי ועת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא, בידו אפקיד רוחי, בעת אישן ואירה, ועם רוחי גביעתי, אדוני לי ולא אירה.
We'd like to call up Uncle Louis Seagull for the Motzi and Kiddush. And then when we finish this, we have a photo montage for you. Oh, it's beautiful. I'll bring it over here for you. There you go. Yes. I guess we're doing Motzi, just Motzi.
Just the Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. Okay, so you should eat some of this. Do you want to be the first one? Go for it, yes. Okay, and then we have a photo montage, but beautiful, beautiful job. Mazel tov. You did, yeah, you did it. You did it, you did it, and did it beautifully. Yeah. Okay, so photo montage is next. Shabbat shalom.
Go to the ramp over there. Or do you want?
Where am I going next?
Wherever you want. We're done. You finished it off. You're the closer.